Hey, Dean.
New Thought Tuesdays. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to New Thought Tuesdays. Today, Rich and I are here to talk about the idea that we can discover the secret to an amazing life.
Yeah,
Something that's very simple. Well, maybe not easy, but very simple.
not easy for
Trust
me this week.
Trust yourself and love yourself. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about trusting yourself and loving yourself to discover that secret. These are the secrets, really the secrets, the spiritual secrets to having an amazing life. Learning to trust yourself and love yourself. I mean, what if the secret to this amazing life lies within you? That's the question to ask yourself. What if the secret to my amazing life just lies within myself? Just imagine unlocking the power of self-trust and self-love to transform every aspect of your existence and who you are.
Yeah,
That's what we're talking about this week. No big deal, just self-love and self-trust.
yeah. And you were talking about, well, what are you feeling right now? Do you feel like you're not trusting in yourself? You don't love yourself? You're beating up on yourself? And it's all consciousness, right?
It is all the consciousness we bring to it. I mean, I think everybody can relate to the idea of speaking or thinking not the best thoughts about ourselves or second guessing ourselves. And
Yeah. We're talking about this today, and I wasn't feeling very much self-love for myself lately because of some foolish things that I've done. And so,
self-judgment,
so
self-judgment.
I was judging myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, thank God I have Dean here on New Thought Tuesdays to talk to. And and then we decided to do the subject about self-love and trust, trusting in yourself. So, anyways,
What we believe is that you can create an extraordinary life, and that the life that you have created has been based upon the degree of self-trust and the degree of self-love you have embraced. So as you increase your self-love and increase your self-trust, you are increasing your own self-power. And I mean by self-power, I mean capital S, spiritual self.
do you mind if I talk a little bit about it?
So go ahead. So there is Rich is experiencing something that we thought we'd bring into the conversation today, and do a little bit of, I consider the third topic or the second topic about what we're talking about today is beloved community, because Rich and I have developed a beloved community for ourselves that we can reach out to one another and be the mirror perhaps that
Yeah.
the other is needing. And
Yeah.
that's one of the things that we're doing today. Rich has done
Yeah.
this for me many times.
Yeah. Yeah. So I threw it out there. I did something foolish and, you know, trusting in oneself. Now, what I did is I'm just wondering if this person that I kind of let down can trust in me.
Mm.
So then I start feeling like, oh, I don't trust myself for the way I behaved a certain
Mhm.
way. Um, I don't love myself because of it. I was feeling really down. And so we decided to talk about that today. So let's talk about it, Dean, my coach. What are some of
Well,
the things that we should take in consideration when something like this happens to you? When it happens to a lot of people, I'm sure in the entertainment business, because the people that I work with are creators in the entertainment business, and Dean with his music, um, and just anybody going through life has challenges where they kind of feel disappointed in themselves. And so, how do you bring back that self-love? And Dean helped me with it today. What did you do, Dean, today? What did you say? You said something because I felt better.
and that's the whole thing, is just one of the things that we have to do is when we've developed a foundation of spiritual awareness, when we have developed our own internal, just what I've developed for Dean Regan, this sense of what is true, based on the idea that I believe without a doubt that there is a God. There is something going on here that is magnificent and infinite. And in my reading and studying, my affirmations, my prayer, my meditation, my beloved community, I reinforce this belief.
Yeah, that's it. That God, that divine presence within you is trust. It is love. It's expressing itself in and as and through each and every one of us as love, as trust, as compassion for oneself, for what I was going through too. I got to feel some compassion for myself, for what I was going through. But all of these virtues are virtues of this infinite intelligence, this divine being that expresses itself individually and uniquely as each and every one of us. And so if we're out of alignment with that, then we're out of alignment with the divine. And that's what I've been. I haven't been feeling really connected to this divine. And how can you feel connected to it when you're expressing this life as the opposite of it? So instead of self-love, you're feeling a little self-dislike or even hatred. Or if you don't trust in yourself, then you're not trusting in the divine that's within you.
So when we get into a place of, oh my, I've fallen in a deep, deep hole. And
Yeah.
sometimes that happens.
That's what I've been feeling lately, is I just haven't, because of the circumstance that I found myself in, I wasn't feeling very connected to the divine. I was like, I'm not feeling connected to this thing, God. And meditation, Dean was recommending, right, Dean? Meditation and prayer, and I got to get back and to connect again with that. And then once I do connect, I know that I will feel self-love. I will feel compassion for myself. I will feel trust in myself that I'm not going to make the same mistake again. Right, Dean?
This idea of I said, well, we have to go back to what the truth is. And you said, well, what's the truth? And the truth is that love is everywhere present, that there is an infinite creative expression that is ever present and transcends space and time, and that we all have our own divine desires. Pardon me. There's an emergency alert. Okay, hold on.
Wow, that was weird. Dean's in Chicago on vacation, still doing New Thought Tuesday. God bless him, in his hotel room doing New Thought Tuesday. This guy's committed to you, all of you. And so anyways, there's a tornado warning, and he had to leave. But thank God this is Memorex. I wasn't going to be here tomorrow on Tuesday, the 16th, July the 16th. So Dean was going to take over, and we thought we'd do a pre-recording. So I'm just going to turn it over to you, Dean, live. So here's Dean live from Chicago. Saturday night. This is Saturday night.
Oh, God. God bless you. Hey, yes, I'm back with the bow tie, still out of town. Yeah, as Rich said, in Chicago with the family, and want to give thanks to all the folks who are making that possible for us back home. That has brought up that idea of self-love and that self-trust, that trusting that all is well, that as we travel the world, that all is well, that as we travel the world, we are deserving of our good graces. And so that's where we have been. So this idea of self-trust, and before we go into the inner circle, which folks, as you well may know, those of you who have been here often, when we go into the inner circle, all of the recording goes off, the live streaming goes off, and it's just private and confidential. If you'd like to know more about New Thought Tuesdays, go to newthoughttuesdays.com. We are having a special for the month of July. We are grandfathering in people who participate in the inner circle in the month of July to move forward with us. As a complimentary gift to them. And then we will be monetizing the inner circle starting in August of this year. And we trust and we love what we do. We trust ourselves. We love what we're doing. And so that's how we're moving forward. So you want to go to newthoughttuesdays.com and go in and sign up. You scroll down a little bit of ways and sign up on Rich's appointment calendar for an interview to join us. And then also make sure you go to the top. And if those of you are not, if you want your friends to get our emails, go to the top of New Thought Tuesdays and fill out, I want to be reminded, and we'll send you a couple of gentle emails each week for New Thought Tuesdays. And we'll love to have you here and trust that you are here. So, okay, there's a few things before we go into the inner circle that I wanted to bring up, and that idea of that Rich was talking about with self-compassion, that ability to love, be compassionate for others, and being compassionate for yourself. There's an idea when we are looking at this idea of self-love and self-trust, that there's a flow, that it's not just me trusting me loving me. It's also being open to the idea of trust in your universe, people in your universe, the universe itself, loving in your universe, loving the people in your universe, loving the universe itself. I have a caveat based on the human experience. It's not blind. It is all connected into yourself of what feels appropriate, what feels uplifting, what feels joyous, what feels grounded in alignment. And all of those ideas, whether it be grounded, alignment, trust, truth, love, this all has to do with our meditative awareness. As we often say, prayer is talking to God. Meditation is listening to your higher power, to your higher spirit, to God. And so in this trust and self-love, the self-trust and self-love is when each of us get to go from New Thought Tuesdays into our own spiritual practice and ask that quiet question of ourselves. What is the next place for me? Knowing that I'm in my rightful place right here and right now, and trusting that I am in my rightful place right here, right now, knowing that I am guided and guarded and uplifted by my awareness of that universal, that infinite power. So that's about self-trust, self-trust, self-love. Let's go into the inner circle. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody on the live stream. We will see you next week on New Thought Tuesdays. We're here every Tuesday, 10 a.m. LA, 1 p.m. New York, 6 p.m. London. I don't know what time it is in India. We're all over the world. So we will see you next time. Rich and I, on Rich's behalf and my behalf, we send you our love and our light.